Okay, so I have to tell you that this is possibly the most excited I've been about a palette in a long time. Like, I was excited for Ariel, and there were a couple others this year that I was excited for, but this is like the first one in a long time that I'm like freaking out, so excited, been using it like every single day, and I am so excited to talk to you about it. And let's play a drinking game for every time I say excited in this intro. You're all probably drunk right now. This is the Crème de Couture palette from Sigma. Alright, backstory here. I went to Sigma's headquarters in February, and it was cold as F. But they showed me the prototype for this, and I kind of flipped my shit because I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. These are all like the craziest, like really not so common eyeshadows. They're matte, they've got pigment, and I need this now. And they were like, oh, it's coming out in June. And I was like, ah! And it didn't because of probably stuff and things, I don't know. And so anyways, now it's coming out, so it doesn't really matter. But oh my god, I'm so excited. So let's actually talk about why I'm excited about this, and I'll show you it, and it's so cute and stuff. So this palette is inspired by macarons, and I had my first macaron in Paris. So I got like the legit experience right off the bat. Anyways, so the palette itself is kind of supposed to look like a treat box. It's got like the kind of metallic look to it, and it's got the list of the colors on the back, or the flavors. Inside it has a little assorted flavors, like a guide, like how a candy box would have like a guide for the flavors. It's kind of the same thing. So it shows all the colors and then their flavor, or just describes the color. And it's so cute. So when you open it, it's separate, and it's got the colors in there just like a candy box or a treat box, and I love it. So I love how everything is all pastel as far as the packaging goes. For Sigma, this packaging too is extremely small. There's no like bulkiness. It's not overly sized. If I get another Sigma palette real quick. For example, this was one of the last palettes I got from Sigma. Actually, this was the last one, but I mean, even this one, this was the resort palette that they had come out with. There's just a lot of unneeded space here, and with this one, it is a lot smaller. I feel like it takes up a lot less room, and it's compact. That's the word I was looking for, compact. So I do like that the top comes off. I think that it's nice that it doesn't have an unnecessary mirror. It doesn't have any extra stuff that palettes seem like they feel like they have to include even though you don't use them. Like sometimes they include brushes or like a mirror and stuff like that that you're not going to use. So it's just doesn't have any of that extra crap that's waste of time. But it has the eyeshadows, and so there are 4 rows of 4, so there's 16 eyeshadows. And the cool thing about these eyeshadows is they're all matte, and a lot of them are like really, really bright pastel. So I call them pastel neons, neon pastels. Which you don't really see a lot. You see neon bright crazy shades, you see pastels, but you don't really see like bright pastels, and I am so in love with this whole palette. So let me go through the colors with you. So first we have Redberry Rose, which is this bright, amazing neon pink. And then Apricot Flower, which is kind of like a peachy shade. It's really gorgeous. Then Passion Fruit, which is a darker, peachy, pink. And then Cherry Blossom, which I love because it's a very, very light pink, and it's really nice as a highlight shade. So here are the swatches on those. These are all swatched, just so you know, without a base. They're just straight on my hand, nothing else. And then next is Meyer Lemon, which is a very light pastel yellow. And then Ginger Pumpkin, which swatches a lot brighter than it is shown here. It's a lot more like true orange. Then Cafe au Lait, which I love. It is an amazing smoky eyeshadow color. And then Blueberry Cream, which is this neon like cyan shade. It kind of reminds me of like the colors in like a color printer. Those 3 shades is like that. Blueberry Cream is like that blue. And then the swatches for those right there. Alright, and then the next row is all purples. So we have Violet Whip, which is just this light lavender, beautiful shade, great blending out kind of highlight shade. And then Lavender Honey, which is a more pinkish purple. And then Cassie, here comes my Leesha great pronunciation, which is actually lighter than it appears. It appears like a true violet here, but I feel like it swatches more on the lighter side. And then Elderberry, which is it is the darkest shade here, and that's just like a deep violet. So here are the swatches on those. I love these purple shades. They are just gorgeous. And then the last row is my favorite, and that includes Blue Chocolat, which is a lighter cyanish color. It's kind of similar to Blueberry Cream. It's a little bit lighter. And then Almond Pear, which is just this green with a little bit of blue to it. This is another one. This one's probably my favorite color out of everything here. Crème de Menthe is also another one of my favorites. It's more of like a blue turquoisey, blue-green kind of color. And then Citron Pistachio, which is just a medium kind of pastel neon green. And then there's the swatches there. So all the colors here have really nice color payoff. They have much better color payoff if you're using them over a base. So those swatches were not over a base, and then for example the look I have on now, or this look that I created the other day using a lot of the purple shades, some of the blue, and then the yellow, is over my NYX eyeshadow pencil in Milk. And then this one, which is kind of a 180 and using the colors in a smoky look, is also over NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk. And the look I'm wearing right now is over NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil in Milk. So in conclusion, if you want these colors to pop like nobody's business, you need to use a creamy base. I like using, obviously, my NYX pencil just because I have such good results with it. I didn't even use Too Faced Shadow Insurance or anything on any of these looks, and they all applied really, really nicely, super pigmented, and they blend just beautifully. I am just ecstatic with this palette. Ecstatic. That word always makes me think of Aladdin. Am I the only one? I just think of Jafar being like, ecstatic. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is $32. It comes out on Monday the 9th. But you can pre-order it, and I'll have a link below to that. If you're interested in it, I totally recommend pre-ordering it. I don't know if this is going to be a permanent color or permanent eyeshadow palette, if it's limited edition. And so if it's something that you're totally thinking of, I would look into it as soon as you can. So there's that. I'll have a link to swatches and everything on my blog if you wanted to check that out. And I'll have posts on the blushes as well, which are also great, and you can check that out there. And that's about it. I'll see you guys later.